Now, let's see, what's the next thing we should do? Now, we'll shift gears and go into certain circuit theorems. Some of them you may already be familiar with, perhaps not with the proof. Have you heard of Thevenin's theorem? No? Nobody? And I thought it was taught as part of some 12th standard stuff or something. Okay, anyway, it doesn't matter. So, these circuit theorems are some general theorems about circuits which you can use to either simplify a part of circuit. Okay, you may have a complicated circuit and you may not want to carry the representation, the complete complicated circuit throughout. Okay, you may be interested in only one particular aspect of it. In those cases, it will simplify it and so on. And sometimes, I mean, you can use these theorems to, let's say, prove other properties of circuits. Okay. Now, the first thing is, so let's say I have some circuit, and for now, since we have dealt with only resistors and independent sources and control sources, we will assume that our circuits will contain only those things, that is, no capacitors and inductors. Now, some of these theorems may be true in some form even in those circuits, but for now we will not worry about that. Okay. For us, only resistors exist. So, let's say I have some network N, and there is a particular resistor. Okay, that's part of the circuit. I am showing only that one. Now, and everything else is inside. That is, all the independent sources, whatever is there in the circuit is inside that box I have labeled N. Okay, and it has some solution. Obviously, if you connect up the circuit, it will attain its solution. Now, so that means that it will have some branch voltages and some branch currents. Now, the question is, can I replace this resistance with some other element, okay, which will retain the circuit solution to be exactly the same. That is, all the branch currents and all the branch voltages are exactly the same as before. Voltage source and current source. How will I connect it? So, first of all, let me make things precise. The resistance is connected between these nodes 1 and 1 prime. So, what should I connect where? I am not talking in general, okay. I am talking only for a particular condition of the circuit. That is, obviously, if I change this element with some other element and also change the sources inside, the solution may change. Okay, solution may be different for the two cases. That's not what I am talking about. I have not changed anything in the circuit, including independent sources. For that particular set of inputs, can I switch this resistor for something else, which will keep the voltage and current source in parallel? What will that be? Why did you say voltage and current source in parallel?
That is the same branch you can maintain the same potential difference across the two ends and also the same current.
Yeah, will it do that?
No.
What will this do?
It will increase the current. So you can adjust the value of voltage and current source such that.
That's correct. So what should they be? Voltage control current source. No, I am not talking about, yeah, you mean you will emulate a resistor with that. Okay, that's still a resistor, right? So you can, with a voltage control current source or a current control voltage source, you can make a resistance of this value. But I will just call that a resistor. Okay, that's not the idea. So this is a two terminal element, I have to replace it with other two terminal elements. And you don't have that many choices now, right? I have already excluded capacitors and inductors. So first of all, what will this do? I mean, you said that this will impose a certain voltage across these two and a certain current through that. Is that true? Huh? What will be the current through this?
Current through battery plus current.
Yeah, so you still don't know. So, no. What is this current source doing here? Will it contribute anything? What happens if I remove the current source? What is this equivalent to?
You can't control the current in the branch. You want to control the voltage and the current in the branch.
That's correct. But what is this equivalent to? Voltage source and a current source in parallel? Voltage source. So, how is it different from this?
Current entering that one from that one branch is not.
So, will it make a difference? Let's say this is I1 and I2. Will I1 and I2 be different from each other? Really? What will be different in these two? Current through the voltage source. What will be different is this. Okay. This I2, I1 and I2 will be the same as each other. In this case, IB will be I1 minus this I0. Okay. I mean, it can't possibly make any difference, right? There is absolutely no difference between having a voltage source and a voltage source and current source in parallel. The only difference it will make is to the current through the voltage source, not current elsewhere. Okay. I mean, you imagine that you first connect the voltage source, right? The circuit will attain some condition. You connect the current source, what happens? The voltage doesn't change at all. Like, how can it possibly make any difference to the circuit? Okay. Huh?
Single voltage source can, I think, replace the resistor.
Okay. Single voltage source will replace the resistor. What should be the value of that voltage source?
What is the value of this voltage difference across 1 and 1?
So, you measure the voltage difference across 1 and 1 prime. What he is saying is the voltage source of that value can replace the resistor and the circuit solution will remain exactly the same. Okay. Could you have replaced it with a current source? What value would that be? You measure whatever current is flowing through the resistor and then replace it with the current source. Like, how would you go about proving that this is indeed the case?
So what if you have a rheostat inside?
What does it mean?
And if you can keep changing the resistance inside.
I said I want to replace the resistance by something else which is not a resistance, and a rheostat is a resistance.
No, inside. If inside there's a rheostat.
Please understand the question properly. What did I say? There is a two-terminal element, the resistor. You have to replace it with another two-terminal element between the same terminals. Okay? In fact, I am not worried about what is inside. I want to even know what is inside. Okay? So, now how would you go about proving this? That you can replace it with a current source or else? What would you have to prove this? I mean, for instance, you could write the, no, I mean that may not be equivalent at all, right? We'll see later. I mean, we're only talking about the equivalence of branch voltages and currents. Okay.
So current source at the same node, the input and output can see at two different nodes.
Pardon?
At 1 and 1 prime,
Yeah.
nodes, the input and output will be same immaterial of whether you have the resistance or the current.
No, that's what. How would you prove that? That's my question. What would you have to prove? I mean, if I asked you to prove something like this, how would you go about doing it? No, that's correct. You are simply stating that. I mean, my question is the circuit solution has to remain the same. So, what will you have to prove? Huh? How will that prove that circuit solution will be the same? You would have to show that whatever you do, the KVL and KCL equations will not be changed. Okay. But anyway, there is an easier way of doing it, which you should also get used to, the pictorial proofs. So, let's say the current flowing through this was IR and the voltage across this is of course some VR, and VR equals IR times R. But anyway, that's not, let's not worry about that. Let's first take a case where we are replacing it with a current source. Okay. Now, first of all, let me just extend these two wires here. I connect something like this. Okay. Two current sources in parallel in equal value IR and in opposite directions. Okay. Will it change anything in the circuit? Because really I have not connected anything at all. Okay. Of course, this is exactly equivalent to Now I can of course do this. Okay. What will be the current flowing in the resistor? It will still be IR. Obviously, nothing has changed in the circuit. Okay. What is the current flowing here and here? What is the current flowing there and there? 0. Okay. So what can I do now? I can disconnect this part, right? So under many conditions, if I have 0 currents, I can cut off that wire, because I mean, if the current is unconditionally 0, I mean, if the current is 0, then I can cut that wire, and you can easily see that it will not make any difference, right? Because what would it potentially contribute? It could a wire like this, current through that would contribute to the KCL equations at that node. But if that current is 0, it won't contribute anything, and if I cut it off, again there is no contribution. So the KCL equations will remain exactly the same as before. Okay. This is a pretty simple proof that you can replace the resistance with a current source. Okay. Is this fine? Is it convincing enough? We could do the same by assuming some things inside and then writing out the KVL equations. Now, originally you would have a resistor. So let's say you take the nodal analysis form. Originally you would have conductances. Now you will have an independent source. You have to show that in both cases you will end up with the same result. But there is an easier way of doing that. Okay. Any questions at all? It looks very simple, but it is a proof. Okay. There is no conj of it. Which one? No, I have just said that. So this connecting two current sources like this is like not connecting anything at all, right? So then between the original case where I had only the resistor and this case, the voltages are the same. Do you agree? Now all I did when I went from there to there was I just reordered it. Okay, 3 elements in parallel. I mean, which one I write on the left side and right side, it's up to me. Okay. So then again from there to there, when this connection was present, the voltage has not changed. Is that okay or no? Because all I have done is to simply change the way I have drawn it, right? Now, because this current is 0, I cut it off. Now, let's say before cutting off, like what could be the role of this wire? It could be carrying some current, and that would contribute to the KCL equations here. Okay. Now, because it is carrying 0 current, I can remove it, and the KCL equations have not changed, and I have not changed anything inside the circuit, so that has not changed either. Okay. Is this fine or not? Okay. So now this theorem is known as the substitution theorem, very imaginative. All you do is substitute a resistance for a current source, or I mean now you can see analogously you could do it for a voltage source. Okay. Any questions? Okay, please give me a proof for the voltage source along similar lines. Two voltage sources in series in the opposite direction. Where will I put the voltage source? I have VR and IR flowing through this. Okay. So where will I put the voltage sources? In series with this branch. Okay. Let me make this a little longer. So the suggestion is to have a voltage source of what value? VR. Whatever voltage drop was found across the resistor in that circuit. Okay. Then what next? Take the resistor to the middle. How can I do that? The three are in series. Okay, so what should I do now? Which two elements? Okay. Yeah. So what you could have done is, I mean, what will be the voltage, node voltage of this compared to the node voltage of that? Same, right? So I could short that. Okay. If the two node voltages are the same, I could short it. And once I short it, you can see that this the circuit on the right side is isolated from the circuit on the left side. What I mean is, I mean, this is also pretty obvious, but I will show it explicitly. I have done this. Okay, I have that. I mean, these two are really independent circuits, which somehow you took one node of this and the other one and joined there. What is the current flowing through this link here? Wire? 0, obviously. Okay, so that you can remove. So you'll be left with this network and this voltage source VR, where VR is the voltage drop across the resistor. Okay. Now this will work only for the particular inputs that are chosen inside, right? If you change the independent sources inside the circuit, that would have changed the value of VR or IR. Okay. This is not saying that you will, even when that changes, you will have the same solution. It's only for that particular value. Okay. Now this theorem is useful, as we will see later. Okay. Actually, that's an interesting question. So, what do you think? If I have a circuit with independent voltage sources and current sources and resistors, can I replace, let's say, one of the voltage sources with a resistor? No? Why? You can. Yeah, of course. It's assumed that you know the solution to the original circuit. Okay. What do you think?
Know the voltage across the current source.
Pardon?
You know the voltage across
Yeah. No, you have the original circuit and you know the solution to that. That means you know all branch voltages and currents. Okay. That we use that here also, right? We knew the voltage across the resistance and the current through the resistance. Okay. And we can replace it. Definitely. Yes or no? Why not? We don't have negative resistance. Okay. Why do you need negative resistance? Huh. No, I mean, clearly, I could think of this as my original circuit and put the resistance back, right? That would be possible, isn't it? I mean, I started with the resistance and said I can replace it with a voltage source, but then I can give this to you as the original circuit and this could be replaced by the resistance, everything will work fine. Why? No. So, you can obviously do it for only those voltage sources or current sources that are dissipating power. Okay, like you said, the resistance can only dissipate power, whereas independent sources could either generate or dissipate power. Now, if you find that your independent source is dissipating power, you can replace that with a positive resistance. I am assuming there are no negative resistances, because that can give you some weird results also if you do that. I mean, mathematically it looks like you could replace it with a negative resistance, but you will not get a solution. Okay. But any independent source which is dissipating power, you can replace it with a resistance. What will be the value of the resistance? It will be, I mean, I have to replace an independent voltage source or a current source in some circuit with a resistance. What should be the value of the resistance I replace it with? Yeah, the voltage across the element divided by current through the element. Okay, that's all.
we generally do not have dynamic cases.
What does it mean?
I mean, inside, if suppose the circuit keeps changing, then accordingly, then we
No,
have
no,
to
no.
keep
We are
changing.
talking about fixed circuits. Yeah.
In case of
Yeah.
power sources that do not dissipate and generate power, can we use current?
What does it mean? That's neither dissipating nor.
Sorry, in case of current sources or voltage sources that generate power, to replace it, can we use dependent sources?
How?
Dependent sources that are equivalent to negative resistance.
No, no, no. I mean, if you configure a dependent source as a negative resistance, I'll still call that a negative resistance. Okay. The reason why you cannot do that, I'll tell you. Okay. And also, okay. This is the important part. Now, let's see. Let's take an extremely simple circuit. Okay. What will be the current? V naught by R. Now, is the voltage source supplying power or dissipating power? I mean, there should be no thought here, right? This is a single source. What can it do? It can be supplying power. If you have multiple independent sources, some could be supplying, some could be dissipating. If it is a single one, it has to be supplying power. So now, by the same logic, that is, you replace it with a resistance whose value is the voltage across the element divided by current through the element. What will be the resistance value? If I have to replace this voltage source, what would it be? Minus R, right? Clearly, because the ratio of voltage to current is R, but this current is going out, so it is minus R and R. Okay. What will be the voltage across this? Or the current through it? Zero. Why? Oh, minus R is generating, right? Minus R is generating power. Isn't it? I mean, the reason we have minus R is so that it can generate power. Minus R, slope will be negative, characteristic will be through the second and fourth quadrants, it can generate power. But what is the voltage across the resistor? It can be anything, okay? There is no unique solution to this. It will, whatever voltage is there, it can show that it is true because you can show that it satisfies the KVL and KCL, right? Any voltage V will have a current V by R in this direction and V by R in the other direction. Okay, so there is no unique solution. So that's the problem. You cannot replace the voltage source or a current source if it is generating power with a negative resistance. If you do that, you could end up with these cases where you don't have unique solutions. Okay.
So if we don't set up a current, there will be
No. I mean, there is no such thing as.
set up a current.
No. What is the meaning of setting up a current? This, like mathematically, this will admit any solution, right? Yeah.
Physically and
No. I mean,
set up some current only.
physically there is no negative resistance. Okay.
But is it something that we first have to set up some current?
No. I mean, see, we are not talking about anything time dependent here, right? So either the voltage is there or not there, and it can have any value. Okay. So now the next thing is, let's try to substitute something more complicated. Let's say now I have By the way, actually, this substitution theorem, the way I went about it is I said that we will have a circuit with resistors and independent sources and so on. Okay. Now, circuit with resistors, that part of the circuit will be linear. Resistors are linear elements, and I showed the resistance being substituted. Okay. But this is not necessarily true. I have not used linearity anywhere in this proof. Okay. You could have a nonlinear element here instead of this resistance, some nonlinear element which could have any IV characteristic. Okay. That also can be replaced by a voltage source whose voltage is the voltage across the element, or a current source whose current is the current through the element. Okay. So, in fact, this is true not only of resistors, but any two terminal element, and obviously you can replace the voltage source with a current source. Okay, that's possible. You simply replace it with the current source whose value equals the current through the voltage source. Okay, so this is quite useful, and although I started with resistive circuits because that's what is familiar to you, this proof doesn't use linearity anywhere. Okay. So, the next thing is, let's say I have a network N with resistors and sources, independent sources and so on. Now, in this case, I am talking about only resistors. There are no nonlinear elements in the circuit. Okay. And let's say this is connected to some other network N1, which could be anything. Okay. I am not saying anything about what is inside, whether it's linear, nonlinear, whatever. Okay. Now, could I substitute this entire thing with something simpler? I mean, this could have, let's say, 10 sources and 100 resistors and whatnot. Okay, or even more. Let's say I am interested only in the voltage across this and the current through this. How basically I am primarily interested in N1. Let's say. Okay. I am interested in the effect of this N, which has resistors and independent sources, on N1. Now, my question is, can I replace this entire network with something? What? What source and what resistor? How do you know that it can be replaced by a source and a resistor?
Basically, it's linear and all that.
Yeah. So
the electrical connection will be just something times the source inside that.
Okay. I mean, there could be like 100 sources inside.
Even then, the voltage across this will be some combination of all that.
Okay. So what? I mean, what will I replace it by? I mean, again, we have terminals 1 and 1 prime. Now here, the point is, this should work for any N1. Okay, it should not be specific to a particular N1. Okay, is this clear? So I could change something in. So let's say I substitute this with something simpler. Okay, and then I have my N1 here. Okay, so let's say I change N1 here and there. The solution in this should remain exactly the same. Only thing is, I am not interested in what is N. I will replace it by some simpler version of N. Okay. You understand what I am saying? This is not something for a specific value of N1. If that's the case, I could replace it by a voltage source that is present across that. By a voltage source whose value is the voltage that's present between these two terminals. Okay. I could be changing N1, but the effect of the other circuit should remain exactly the same. Please think about it. We will continue from that tomorrow.